What's going on, Mike? My truck's still in. As you can see, I'm still here. Um, so I'm going to call them today and request some more breakdown pay because I get paid for sitting when, especially when it's not my fault and it's actually the truck. You know what I mean? That's the main thing. You know what I mean? I think I broke my personal record yesterday, and it's the funny. Here's the thing. I promised my wife I'd go walking with her, and I did. Um, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Promised her I would walk her, and I did. So y'all be proud of me for that. But I, during the day, there an exorbitant amount of stuff needed to be cleaned up and put away. So that's what, and walk around, go up and down the stairs. I put in 10,000 steps yesterday morning, just going up and down, washing clothes, throwing stuff away in the garbage. I put in 10,000 steps just to do that. And I promised life that I would, you know, go out and go walking with her. So I had to do 10,000 more freaking steps. And man, I'm tip, I'm tippy toeing around right now because I did steps yesterday. Um, I mean, I'm proud of myself, but my feet, my was get jacked. But I remember at point, you know, I couldn't even do, you know, 3 seconds. So, that's the blessing, falls into it. I said I was going to do it, and I did it. So that's the great part about yesterday. Um, I ran into one of my books. Every time you, every time you, every time I had to move out of the truck, I was buying stuff, and I ran into one of my. I think this was one of the books that started me on my path to low carb, and I remember it because when I looked in it, you could see I put in stars on stuff. For example, it says this is one of the things. It says uh, here is what to expect as you follow keto in 28 days. One, you'll have fewer cravings. The ketogenic diet will gradually keep you from wanting bad foods I was a sweetaholic. Reduced appetite, rapid weight loss, especially in the beginning. Why? Well, it will be mostly water. It will it will be mostly water weight right at the beginning. But you know what? Many experts say the water weight loss doesn't count, but in reality, it does. Your body holds excess water when you eat too many carbs. I didn't know that. You lose weight faster than other dieters, particularly those on low fat diets. In the beginning, this is due to water weight loss, but as you continue, you'll see more rapid weight loss due to ketosis burning, fat burning. If you maintain the lifestyle, you keep it off longer too. Eat all the fat you want. This is the main thing that I'll be trying to convince my wife, and I had to read it last night. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. Do not under any circumstances eat low fat or reduced fat anything. Eat butter. Eat full fat cheese and milk. Fry your eggs in lard. Eating a diet that is 70% fat, 25% protein, and 15% carb will raise your HDL, good cholesterol, and decrease your triglycerides, according to 2000 study in the Journal of Pediatrics. That it's true because the reason I'm saying is I was on um, high cholesterol medicine. I was on high cholesterol, and I'm just being honest. I was on high cholesterol medicine, and I went full keto, and I think it's like a month or two later, went back to the doctor and had blood work. And said, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. And that's when it sold me. The problem that I'm going through now is always mental. It's not physical. It's mental to get back into the swing of things. You know, that's the thing. Getting back into the swing of things to get back into making this lifestyle a priority. You know what I mean? I told my wife I was going to read this home so she could read it. But I might just. Oh, it says 7. We hear about probiotics improving the bacteria in our gut, but how can eating ketogenic help with that? Sugar and processed foods cause inflammation in your intestinal tract. When you combine carbs, processed food, and stress, tiny perforations form in your intestinal wall, and waste products and digestive acids that should leave intestinal tract by leak what uh, that shouldn't leave your intestinal tract end up leaking out, according to Harvard Health publication. The rush of blood sugar you get when eating a meal or snack of highly refined carbohydrates, white bread, white rice, fries, sugar laden soda increases your level of inflammation. Messages called, it's spelled Cytokines. That's one of the, I think I'll either leave that one and order another one so that I can, read up and, get back into the swing of things. You know what I mean? Hey, Bio, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Um, the main thing is making it a habit. making it a habit. It's just like, you know, doing 20,000 steps yesterday doesn't mean anything if I don't do nothing today, which it probably ain't. But my wife does. She she does 4 miles a day every day. Um, that, you know, I need to get back into the habit. I not keep on saying it, but I got to keep saying it until I actually do it. You know what I mean? I got to keep saying it to actually do it. You know, because when you start doing and living that healthier lifestyle, stuff starts to work again. See, this gray is just great. This means I done been around for a minute. You know what I mean? I done destroyed a whole lot of my body. But when you start eating right, and you start leaving that low carb lifestyle, stuff starts acting right again. You feel me? Stuff starts acting right again. And when you eat right, your mental capacity changes. It's something about that bad food that messes your head up. And then you wonder, you know, wonder why you feel sad, why you feel all this other stuff. You know, I've got the other book that I found when I was cleaning up is, you know, Empath's Guide to Empath Survival Guide. You know, it's everything. It's the chemicals we put in our body. All of that ends up here. Just like when, you know, they said that, like, don't quote me on this, like your brain is like 90%, 99% fat, and it needs to be fed by fat, not low fat, because you're starving your brain. And that's the way I kind of figured it. You're starving your brain, and you need some fat. You know, it's just like, you know, Crisco, man. You know that stuff that comes in the can that you fry. That, I don't know if that's true or not, but they say that was originally grease for engine parts. You know, a what you call it, a lobbyist changed it and had not have us thinking that ghee, animal fat, all this stuff is bad for us. And this book is telling you, look, you need to have that. You need to have that mess. Guys, my face used to be that big, that round. My face used to be that round. You know, again, I could go up and down, but each time I go up, it's not as high as I originally was. You know what I mean? Each time. But when you putting yourself through the trials of trying to change, when you put yourself through the trials of trying to change, you've got to accept the highs and the lows. You got to accept the highs and the lows. You know, it's good to see you in here, Bio. I remember I seen that you did like a couple of shorts about um what is that? Seasonal depression, and it just broke my heart because I I as an empath I felt what you were saying through the freaking screen, but then I was reminded I've been through that too. I used to get so hurt during um the the Christmas season because I never got nothing until I married that woman right there. I never got nothing. I don't even think I got a card for Pete's sake. Not even from my son. I never got nothing. You know how depressed, how effed up that even sounds saying that? I am a survivor of so much mental abuse. I never got nothing. So I never looked forward to it. I never looked forward to it. Now I look forward to the holiday. Even if every holiday has a horrific past, and they all do. Saturnalia, you know, it, that's Christmas. Just changed it. Even though those holidays have a bad, I enjoy them now. I don't worship them for you mighty Christians. I don't worship a holiday, but I participate in it. Just like you know, what you would call it, Valentine's Day. I got my wife way before Valentine's Day. I think it's like 2 dozen roses because she knows I'm not buying roses on Valentine's Day. It'd be like $120. No, I'm not doing it. But I'll get it way before then and say, hey, look, I love you before Valentine's Day. I'm not just showing you on Valentine's Day. But when you have someone that cares about you, it helps the healing process a whole lot quicker. Yes, you can do it on your own. It's just going to take a little bit longer. But when you have someone that cares about you, it works a whole lot quicker because you have a foundation that you can hold on to while you're being destroyed by the world, while you're being attacked by the world, while the world is coming down on you. You have a foundation that you can hold on to that that you can be covered by. That's taking the abuse, the arrows in the back, the you know the jabs from the front. That's why you put on the full armor of God. You know he's he is holding on to you to take on those hidden problems that you didn't even know you have. Those hidden things that you didn't even know was going on. That's transpiring. You mad that your car broke down, but sometimes God will just do one little thing. I'm gonna mess with the alternator because if she or he drives on the interstate today, it's gonna be in a fatal accident. Think about it that way. That's why. Look, I need the money. I've been down for 2 days. I need the money, but I'm not hurt because I know God has His reason. Something was going to happen to that truck and probably me if I didn't get this stuff fixed. So you can't move a truck if you don't have air. You can't move an 18 wheeler if you don't have air. And I know I have some form of an intermittent air leak. I had an intermittent air leak somewhere in the system because I kept on noticing the pressure drop. The pressure dropped like big time. And I was explaining, I said, it says intermittent. I'll be watching it and I can hear it from the front. When I pull the brakes, I can hear the and it shouldn't be coming from the front. I should be hearing it in the back. You know what I mean? And so they're still working on it. It probably had to order parts and blah 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 blah. So when you look and you have it, and when you with the right person, they will uplift you without even knowing. I said, babe, we're struggling. I got to get this money, but he said, babe, she said, don't worry about it. We'll be all right. You know, you're doing the best you possibly can. You're doing the best you possibly can. Just don't worry about it. You don't know how much that uplifted me because I was. You're doing the best you possibly can. I just noticed something. I want to tell you. I in the truck stop, I looked at myself like I was looking at myself. And I'm talking to y'all right now, and I had a screw face, like I'm mad. I'm not, but then I that happened inside the truck stop. I was washing my hands. I'm looking straight ahead. I was like, dang, I look mean as heck. And then I just bust out laughing because I'm not a mean person. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Um, but it is, it is what it is. Lord have mercy. Hey Mike, what is the how's the weather up there where you at? Is it still cold? I look, it's like I don't know, it was 26 outside yesterday. That's what I said. Let me put on something. I'm sweating a little bit because I had some coffee. But good morning, Willis. Uh, but it's like 26 to freaking degrees. 26. I'm like, yo, in spring coming? What what did the gopher or the walrus or whatever the heck he is see a shadow? We're gonna have a couple more weeks of winter. What the heck's going on, bro? Because I'm about sick of this mess. You know what I'm saying? I'm about sick of this mess. Oh man, yo, I just asked Mike what is the temperature is, and this Jeffro said 12. What? He said 12. What? It, see, this is up there where Prince used to live. Prince, Paisley Park and Purple Rain and everything. So Purple Rain wasn't Purple Rain. It was Purple Blizzard. Walking around there driving that motorcycle and getting frostbite. Just driving out of bike getting frostbite. You know what I mean? I wonder what whatever happened to whatever happened to people that participated in the hypathon. How are they doing now? Whatever happened to all those people? You ever think about that? Because remember we used to do the hypathon, it'd be like 24 hours. Whatever happened to all those people? I just wondered, you know, um, some people went on to ruin that channel exponential crazy. Associate. Uh, I was just wondering, Mr. Terry, Mr. Terry, whatever happened to helping each other out? And I'm very thankful for you guys that come in on a daily basis. I appreciate y'all. You know, whatever whatever happened to be. I remember. Remember when Miss T she changed the lineup. They used to have people. Uh, it was a big big chat room, giant chat room. And I think it happened right after. Uh, I ain't gonna say it was my fault, but I remember we everybody was talking, and one one lady said, uh, "Yeah, it probably." Hey, Brazilian Dad, what's going on, bro? And Yeah, everybody. A lot of people jump to TikTok because you could actually make money a whole lot quicker. You got to be dang near. Uh, oh, don't hurt the harvest in here. Hey, good morning. Um, you got to be dang near. There's only a few that go to higher levels on YouTube. There's only a few, and it is what it is. You know, good luck with that. You know what I mean? But I remember one person that said, "I'm the prize," and I cut back. How are you the prize? See, you can only be the prize unless the recipient of the gift says you are. And everybody was upset with me. I'm that lady's prize. But I stay humble to know that I don't care if anybody else thinks I'm a prize. As long as she thinks I'm a prize, I'm good. Because I know I ain't shit. I know I wasn't shit. And I know I ain't going to be shit. But if she thinks I'm worthy of it, I will do anything and everything to make sure that she is happy. She went off on me yesterday because she thought I was using her YouTube channel, right? But if you look at the the opener of like all these little faces that show me who you are on YouTube, her picture is standing there. She thought that she thought it was her channel. I said, honey, that's my YouTube channel because I was watching it yesterday while I was cleaning up downstairs on the big TV. Because again, I stay humble and say, hey, look, I'm letting everybody know I'm married to this woman and I'm happy. I'm not sad. I'm happy. I walked. I did 20,000 steps yesterday, not because I wanted to. I could have sat on the couch and had beer and ate potato chips and all this nasty stuff that I ain't supposed to be having. But I said, you know what? She's at work. I'm stuck at home. Let me clean up the living room. Let me fold the clothes. Let me wash the clothes. Let me clean up the kitchen. Let me hang some of this stuff. Let me do all of that. And I did that and got 10,000 steps out of doing that alone and did 10,000 more walking with my wife. By the time I was done, I was limping. I was like, oh, Lord Jesus. But I got it done. And guess what? In the process, I burnt some of this unreliable fat off of me, even though I didn't want to. See, consciously I want to, but my subconscious said, nah, man, I ain't doing that mess. Let's tell the truth. Consciously, I want to lose this weight, but my subconscious said, nah, I'm not doing that. But I did it anyway. I did it anyway. Why? Because she makes me happy. No other reason. I want to keep being her pride. I want to keep being her husband. Yes, dear. No, yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Shut up when you need to shut. Yes, ma'am. Oh, you a simp. Yep, I'm her simp. Guess what? You receive that. You best catch me out the wrong way. You know what I mean? We all have our reasons to survive. We all have our reasons to make it. And sometimes you just need someone to say, hey, if you're going through it, and that's why I tell y'all my story. I really don't want to tell you how embarrassing some of the stuff I've done been through, but I want to tell you my story so you can say, hey, If that goofy mother effer went through it and made it, guess what? You can make it too. You can get through it. You can make it too. You can actually get if you get out there at 7 o'clock and work out with wellness. You can get into a healthy lifestyle just like anybody else. The stuff that I learned in the last 10 years has produced a normal, happy person. A normal, not abnormal, just normal. At least I hope I'm normal. At least I hope I'm normal. I'm trying to be. You know, I don't know if what you call it, gonna, what was that? I don't know if the truck's gonna be ready today or not. I'm gonna call dispatch and have her go check. They probably they probably or had to order a part or something. So if that's the case, then I'm gonna start taking apart some parts off my the aerator and maybe do a video or two of that. Um, like I said the other day, I I got my lawn sweeper out. Hey, you want it, if you don't, if you're like me and don't like to exercise, do something that you know you need to do anyway and count it as an exercise. I pushed that lawn sweeper around my lawn and almost fell the heck out. So that got the glutes and the this and the that in the back and but I did it. And then the next day I came out and then more pine cones that fell on it. I'm like, you mother effers, you sons of. But I don't have like 10 grand to get all the trees removed either. You know what I mean? It would cost about that much. It really would. But it is what it is. And you don't really want to get all your trees removed because then next thing you know, your AC, your house gonna be burning up. So it's like a catch 22. You know what I mean? It literally is. Um, Depending on what transpires today, I'll call about 9 o'clock. I can look on my app. Oh, cool, cool. Do you have a tractor supply up there? If you do, always look in the clearance aisle. Always look at these places in the clearance aisle because a lot of these stores, like Tractor Supply, people will buy something at Tractor Supply, use it once, bring it back, and say that it doesn't work or yada yada yada. I got I think it's like 250, $300 edger for like $60, and I just had to replace the head on it. The head was broke. I'm always looking. People don't realize what they have. I remember my first real mower, McLean. The guy was, was selling it for $200, and normally they go. The used ones go for 700, 800. Oh yeah, that's gonna help you a lot. Like you know what I mean? That's gonna help you a lot. what I want to do is if the transportation cost wasn't so high, because I could get stuff down here dirt cheap, and I would like, especially like I I want to buy something, play with it, and then send it, give it to someone else. If I get it, like you said, those power brooms that you can actually it sweeps up the whole, the driveway or whatever, or blows everything. I would love to get something like that, and then once once I'm done with it, give it away. You know, but it's just a part of figuring out what type of person you are. I figured out that keep your eye out in the TikTok shop. A lot of these batteries, they have the equivalent from China, like they're doing right now. The Ryobi batteries, which called. I actually asked for one, and I'm charging it because the thing with batteries, bro, guys, ladies and gentlemen, you got to make sure they stay charged because once they get below a certain level, they won't charge up again. Yeah, once they get below a certain level, they will not charge again. So you got to keep an eye on your battery. And you just reminded me, I'm gonna charge up my Ryobi, my 18 volt. I got 40 volt, and I got another one in the lawnmower. I got to charge that thing because I want to make sure I don't kill it. But I asked for one for Christmas. He said, "What do you want for Christmas?" I want a Ryobi battery, a 40 volt. Things are expensive, man. And I use it in my lawnmower and my edger. That thing is expensive, but look in TikTok. It hit the Ryobi button for that battery, but then look around who was ever selling it. They might have the equivalent of that battery. You know what I'm saying? That you spend like 20 or 30 bucks for. It's always good to have a whole set of batteries for just that stuff. Uh, trying to figure out what the heck. Oh, oh, okay. Um, it's not working. Ow, ow. um, I'm surprised. I was joking, but normally, I guess my water levels in my body are low because normally after doing 20,000 steps, my feet would be swollen, but they're not. I'm gonna take another water pill. I take my blood pressure. To keep that stuff down. But you know, other than oh, okay, gotcha. I don't know. I fell in love with Ryobi. Ryobi, they also make what's that one that's got it's red, you know, red machine. I used to be I don't know. I'm more of a whatever's cheapest. I'm over. I'm over whatever's cheapest. Uh, I'm not. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie and act like I got money. Because I don't. I'm like whatever's cheapest. Whatever is cheapest. You know. Um, Trying to figure if this is a 32. Uh, should this this TV right here? I bought it for as a monitor, but I'm gonna see if I can fit it in the truck. It might be just a little bit too big, but I'm gonna try it out. You know. Look, you when you realize that cheap is really not a cuss word; it's a survival word. You know what I'm saying? I when we went on the cruise and this guy he filled up my cup. I gave him uh, that much tequila. He put that much tequila in my cup, my travel cup, when I got off the cruise, and Cozumel, and I'm getting lit. But we were walking around looking at stuff, and the guy sold me. He sold me a gold ring for this finger, which I don't need, and I bought the wife a gold bracelet for this astronomical price. It's gonna take me like 6 months to pay off. But when I sobered up, I was like, I paid what? I said, what? I paid what? But then I was like, well, no, she's worth it. So shut up, stupid. It's like, shut up, stupid. See, that's why Crooked, when everybody else goes down, all these people, people bragging, you gotta get the bag, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, paying job. Half of them be jumping out of buildings and jumping out of windows and want to shoot themselves and do all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, I've been broke before. I've been poor before. I know what to eat. I know that a bag of lima beans and a bag of rice can go real far. I know that a 5 pound bag of chicken legs at the local store, the chicken legs, chicken thigh combined would be like $5 or $6. And I could roast that chicken, I could bake that chicken, I can make chicken pot pie, I can make chicken, smothered chicken, I can make all kind of stuff with that mess. You know what I'm saying? I can make spaghetti with a small overpriced pack of ground beef and make that and stretch that mess. Even though, like I said, I'm trying to stay away from the carbs, but if push comes to shove, I have to do what I gotta do. Exactly. So I've been broke before. I've been had to. I do one. I talk about me being big, yeah, but I only eat once a day on the road because I don't want to be driving. Oh, and I'm gonna conclude with this. I don't want to be driving and be tired because my body is in overdrive and making me tired because I done ate and stuffed my face. So I only eat once a day. I only eat once a day. So guess what I'm doing? I'm doing intermittent fasting and didn't even realize it. All right. right, guys, we got to go. Coming up next, wellness is about to take the stage. Positive affirmations and fashion sense. After that, cruising is fun anytime, and the crew's going to take the stage. And yeah, you should do that. Recipes and stuff that with people, you know, look, man, boy, I grew up on lima beans and rice. That was all the things. Yeah, but back to what I was saying. As always, if you think nobody loves you, no, I love you. God loves you. Y'all have a blessed day. Hey, Urban, sorry, we got to go. Frugal and cruising is fun after that. And Miss T with the T. Y'all have a blessed day. We will see you guys manana. So I can see where my arrow is. See you guys tomorrow. Deuces.